Yo, what's good everybody? Today I'm going to be bringing you guys all of my CJX settings. Now I don't tend to change my settings a lot, so this is probably going to be my sensitivity and everything for all of CJX, but I'll let you guys know in the description if anything changes. I'll always have all my sensitivities in the description of every single video I post, so if you're ever curious, you can go ahead and check there for my most updated sense. But without further ado, let's get right into it. Alright, now starting off in the general settings, I'm just going to go over everything that I've changed. So starting off, display performance metrics on advanced, my stun VFX is on dark glare. I have my tinnitus sound effects on wave, and what this does is it replaces like the high pitch ringing of a flashbang and replaces it with like a static wave sound effect that fades out eventually, just like the normal ringing does. Then I have diffuser pickup on both, so I can walk over it to pick it up and press square or X if you're on Xbox to pick it up from a couple meters away. I also have visible throw trajectory on, drone after prep on manual, and for these last few settings I just have on consoles on. Alright, so now with the HUD settings I'm pretty much going to do the same thing. I'm just going to scroll through. If I have anything changed I'll be sure to point it out. Got compass appearance on advanced. I have health on number only. I think right around here I have ally online IDs set to off, so I just don't see gamer tags above people. And the last thing I should have changed is score updates. So whenever I get a kill, whenever I destroy something, I just get the hit marker. I don't get +10, +120 on my screen. And that's everything for the HUD settings. Now going into audio, I have subtitles off. My dynamic range is on night mode. Again, tinnitus sound effects is on wave. I have both my master and in-game sound effects volume both on 100. In-game music is at 0 just so I can hear everything. My menu sound effects on 75. Same with menu music, I have that off as well. Voiceover volumes at 90, the presets are at maximum, and then make sure you have your mono stereo output always set to stereo. If you switch to mono, you won't be able to tell the difference between left and right audio. Alright, so now for display, I have VSync off. You know, if you're having terrible screen tearing, you can turn it on, but it does give you slight input delay. I've never really played with it on, so I can't really tell you how bad that input delay is, but I've always kept it off. Prioritize performance, you want that on so you can get 120 FPS on the new gen consoles. And for my field of view, I keep that on 84. My HUD display area and menu display area are both on 82, so everything's closer to the center of the screen. I don't have to be looking to the outer edges to see my ammo, my health, people alive, time remaining, all that stuff. I can just take a quick glance. And then finally for my brightness, I have that on 65. All right, next for controls, this is where all my sensitivity is. I have vibration off, trigger effects off, gadget deployment advanced, drone deployment advanced, leaning behavior on alternate so I can hip lean. And my controller layout, it says custom, everything's default. I play with complete default settings, but on PS, the only thing that I've changed is in my PlayStation settings, I have my bumpers and triggers flipped. So my L1 is my L2, my R1 is my R2. But other than that, that's literally all I have changed. And of course, look inversion is off, controller rotation on classic. I don't really like updated. I don't really know anybody that likes updated if I'm being honest, but I'll always play on classic. Now getting into sensitivity, my vertical is on 35, horizontal is on 87, 5 left stick dead zone, and 4 right stick dead zone. I've been messing around with this. Sometimes I'll play 5, sometimes I'll play 3, but for the most part I've been sitting in the middle right at 4. And of course I got 0, 0 on the L2, R2 button dead zones. Now for ADS sensitivity, I'm on 2337. This is pretty similar to what I normally play. Before I think I played 2438, but that was on like 40, 100 cents, something like that. Maybe I was on 40, 95. But now I've lowered my sense a little bit just to be more consistent, and I'm on 2337. These last three I haven't really changed a lot because I don't ever use Glass or Kali or anything like that. So I just have them here. All right, and for these last few control settings, I have aim on hold, drone speed boost on hold, and my advanced controller settings are all disabled. Everything's at 0 as well. Now for accessibility, I have my optic color on white with 75 opacity. I haven't really used white reticle color until like a couple weeks ago, and I've just been rocking with it ever since. I usually tend to switch between purple and black, but now I threw white into the mix. I have my screen shake intensity off so I can, see things at all times. I don't have my screen shaking. You have less visual recoil with screen shake off, everything like that. Motion blur off, and we went over these two a couple times already. But team colors on blue, enemy colors on red, and all these chat settings are also just default. All right, so that's it. That's all my settings for CJX. Now, like I said, I probably won't change my settings a lot because I'm not one to do that. Every single time I post a new video, I have my most updated, most recent sensitivities in the description, so feel free to check that out. But that's it for the settings. Let me know if you guys have any questions in the comments below, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.
Gotta try and get a pick. Y'all gotta try and get a pick.
There's one on each side of the door. Nice, son.
Nice!
son.
You're so cool.
I think one left side door.
Yeah.
One on head holes, one on head holes.
On chair. Planning.
Dead.
Four last stop standing.
He's gonna rotate. Oh, he's insecure. He's on the...
Mission critical. Bomb diffuser active. Op.
Can't shoot this guy. Mirror knife. Doc dead.
Initiated.
He's on mirror.
Op 4 last.
Austin, back off.
Dead.
Oh my god. Oh my
Op 4
god.
neutralized.
We're the king.
Mission successful.